And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Got it. We want this. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
On the double. 59, 59. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey. Recon, 132 fighter. You don't want none. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Dude.
Now Saquon Barkley. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's me and you. Ready?
To throw on 3rd down. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. 80 weapon. He's checking crack. Let's go.
On the run, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And now here's a carry heading left. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Red, 50, wait, rotate red. Shoot. Out. Watch twist, watch that. Swing, gone. Swing.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Squeeze, get in there. Jim. Let him go.
They keep it with Penny on first down. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Good stuff. Keep doing it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, Heavy. Everyone, what you got?
Greystone, Travis.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Jack 52. Mike 59.
Now.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Saquon Barkley running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the throw going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 4. Lock it. 44. Check 4. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 3. H3, 218, chopper. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Love. Looking deep for Jennings. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end.
Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley. 78 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
2nd and 3. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Penny, the first down carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check 9.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Don't let him breathe. Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Whip. Exit. Watch the whip. Shoot. Ready.
On 3rd down, Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Watch the edge. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Ready, ready.
Now Jones on first down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Jones throwing on first down. That's complete to Slayton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
61, matchbox lights.
Check, 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 check. Check, nickel, nickel, nickel.
5.
Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Your trip is here.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
On first down, Love under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. In that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Let's get it. Check 50. Check 50. Get hard. Check out. You're out.
And they'll run it again with Penny. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go.
To throw on third down, Love. Looking deep for Jennings. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. Jennings was the one he was looking for. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Dancing to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Looking to throw. Love. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kareem Martin able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return, it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Kill, turn up.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Ready, go.
Now Rashad Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Squeeze, get in there. Jump, see it.
Again, it's Penny. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. That's it, baby.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Love going for Metcalf on the, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 37 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
That would be a pretty amazing comeback. But we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Check three. Man. 3 on 3. Shoot.
They'll run with Penny. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Save. Check hard. Check hot route. Hot. You're out. Kill.
On the draw, this is Penny.
Go.
And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Charlie. 59 marks.
3rd and long. Love under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Love going for Metcalf on the deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Greystone, Travis. 53. All day, baby, all day. Big River, Big River.
Nifty running by Barkley there on 1st down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Jones hit and the ball's out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Bound to lose one. 25, check 25, check 25.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side taken in by Slayton. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
6-6, pull it high. Twist. Watch the twist.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad to be the best though. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more dress though. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sons, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though.